My wife left me for my best friend. Part 1. Everything hurts. I'm Eric 28am, a full-grown man, and I have cried more this last week than I think I have my whole life combined. I am so miserable. My best friend, Charles 28m, and I have been friends since we were 8 years old. We were on all the same sports teams, each our parents basically consider the other family. I was invited on every one of his family vacations and vice versa. We graduated high school together in 2014 and were roommates all through college. He was the best man in my wedding. God, it hurt so much. As painful as this is, losing my wife, Moira 27F, is even worse. She was my everything. We met 7 years ago, started dating shortly after, have been married for 4.5 years now. I keep running through my mind. How did I lose her? What did I do wrong? I haven't let myself go. I plan dates and vacations, we are doing well financially, we have little fights but nothing big, and we always make up and do better going forward. I'm willing to say I'm sorry, I learn from our conversations, I listen. We have a healthy and active sex life. We split the work around the house. I just don't know how this can happen. I'm hunting for reasons and I can't find them. I'm so lost, maybe I'm blind to my own faults. I wish she would have talked to me. It's so painful to say out loud what has transpired. I'm sitting here now trying to type it out. But it's hard with the tears rolling down my face. 2 months ago, Charles' longtime girlfriend ended their relationship. He took it really hard. Moira and I have been doing our best to cheer him up. In fact, a week after their breakup, Moira took him out to coffee to just let him get a woman's perspective while he vented. When she came back home after, she was noticeably mad and kind of ranting about Charles's ex. She was saying things like, "That woman never deserved him. He's a catch and she will regret it," and so on. We were all close, Charles and Moira were good friends too. I felt the same as she did and chalked it up to just her being protective. Over the next week she was on her phone a lot. When I asked who, she would tell me she was messaging Charles, giving him a little pick-me-up. I thought nothing of it really. Then over the last 7 or 8 weeks she started running more errands, going to meet friends for coffee or lunch more often. Charles was also acting a little odd. I was trying to be there for him, especially early on. I would invite him over or just text to see how he was doing. Over the weeks his messages back got shorter, with more time between. He came over less and less. I assumed he was just coping in his own way. This last Tuesday, I was on my way home from work when Charles texted asking me to stop by. I told him I'd be right there. I was excited because I thought he was back and just wanted to hang out or work on something together. I arrived and tried to make some references to our inside jokes. I laughed a little, but he just smirked and it looked like he had tear form in his eye. He motioned for me to follow him into the living room. Moira, my wife, was sitting on the couch. When I entered the room she burst into tears. I immediately went to comfort her, thinking something bad had happened, like someone had died. Before I could get to her, Charles said, "Eric, wait." Moira at the same time put her hand up as if giving the signal to stop. Charles let a tear fall down his face and said, "I am so sorry, I don't know how to say this. Moira and I have fallen in love." I felt the color run from me, my heart actually physically hurt. I wasn't sure if I was hearing this correct. Moira just started repeating, "I am so sorry." The two of them were both just apologizing profusely. Then they started, "We know it is wrong, we know it's not fair, but we are in love, and we can't deny it. We didn't mean for this to happen, but it did. We still care for you. We still love you, you don't deserve this. We regret what has happened, but we want to be together." Everything was we. The room was spinning, I was having a full-blown panic attack. It felt like dying. I started begging them to tell this was a prank, a joke. "Please, I don't care if you're filming this, I don't care if you share it to the world, just please let this be fake, please." I was hysterical in this moment. Moira put her arms around me and tried to comfort me, and I let her. I just cried. When I calmed down, they repeated, it was real. They loved each other, they wanted to be together. I asked the how, the when, the why. After his breakup, they just felt this spark at that coffee meeting. Before they knew it, the spark was an inferno. They said they tried to fight it, talked about how unfair it was to me, how wrong. Then Sunday, when my wife told me she was meeting a friend to shop. She actually came here to his house, and they made love for the first time. At that point they said there was no going back. They had to face the reality of their love, and that meant they had to come clean to me. I ran at that point. I got in my truck and I returned home. Moira followed behind, without Charles, about 10 minutes later. When she entered I asked, "Why did you follow me?" She said, "Because I love you, and I don't want you to do anything permanent." I broke down again and begged her not to do this. Begged her to have me back. She cried hard and apologized so many times. I asked over and over again what I did wrong. What did I do to drive her away? She just kept saying things like, "You've done nothing. You have been an amazing husband. I am at fault. I have failed you and fallen for him. We are in love and I can't stop it. It's not you, it was never you. You deserve great love and everything that comes with it. I'm so sorry I failed to give you that, and never will be able to." Once I was calm again, she packed 2 large suitcases with most of her stuff. She left that day. She moved in with Charles. In the past week, I have received multiple apologies from both of them. Moira has been trying to check on me, telling me she loves and cares for me, and that she's here if I need her. I've left them mostly ignored. Moira told me she was extremely worried about me and asked for me just to confirm I was physically okay. I did send back yes. Then felt bad about responding. She didn't deserve to know. Both Charles's parents and Moira's parents have called me this week. I answered both calls. The calls were very similar. The gist was they love me, care for me, and are so sorry. They are angry, disappointed, and hurt by their child's actions. They won't cut them off or anything because they love their child, but they can't look at them right now. My family has been supportive, but they live pretty far away. My mother dropped everything and came to be with me for 3 days, but had to go back for work. My little brother has been checking in, but he has the emotional depth of a tin can. I still appreciate his efforts. I don't know how I'm going to survive this. It has changed my entire outlook on life. How could this happen? We had a great marriage. I know everyone thinks they do, but we really did. I really tried. Moira has said so many times that I did nothing wrong, that I was everything and more. But this still happened. If you can do everything right and this still happens, then it is inevitable. I'm so hurt. If the 2 most important people in your life can betray you, how can anyone trust anyone?